Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Court Farms with me, CWaddy here in Farming Simulator 22, where we are continuing with the contracts we started in the last episode. I do appreciate I've missed a great big bit of the field there, so let's just go back and do that. So yes, if you saw the last episode, or if you didn't and you missed it, I've taken on 2 contracts at the moment. The first one we started at the beginning of the last video, which was a cultivating job for 15 grand over on field 46 on the map, which I did a couple of headlands to begin with, get the field, you know, nicely set up, and then I've handed that over to a giants worker to hopefully just do the straight up and downy bits and complete that field, because I had the idea that having separated my power harrow from my seeder, I could then use my seeder to go and do a seeding contract here on field 2, which is for canola, which was paying a nice £7,000. And I figured, hey, I can kill 2 birds with one stone. I can earn twice as much money by doing 2 jobs at the same time. Little did I realise when I accepted the seeding contract and then went back to my farm to grab the Massey Ferguson and hook up to my seeder, that my seeder doesn't actually connect to any vehicles unless it's got the power harrow attached to it. So I had a seeding contract activated that I couldn't actually do whilst the power harrow is in use on field 46. Which meant I had to go to the store to lease this lovely Horsch 3-metre seeder, fresh from the Horsch DLC, and I'm using that now. However, the leasing cost of the Horsch seeder, and then the cost of buying the 4,000 litres of seed to go in it, means that I'm basically doing this contract for free, because I've spent more than I'm actually going to make, which is not great economics. I have to say, that's very poor economics on my part, but I think it was a great way to demonstrate to players of all abilities why you should be very, very careful when selecting contracts in game, especially when it comes to borrowing and leasing equipment and machinery to do contracts, because depending on what the contract is paying, it could actually cost you more. You can end up losing and being out of pocket, like I will be. On the one hand though, on the positive note, this seeder is actually really nice. It's faster than my seeder. I think it also holds more seed than my seeder. So in the future, when I'm doing sowing jobs and stuff, this is actually going to be a pretty nice bit of kit. What I could possibly do when I have my power harrow available again, once that cultivating is maybe take the seeder that I've already got at the farm, take that to the store and just sell the seeder part, keep the power harrow part, because obviously that's really good for cultivating, and especially shallow cultivating, and take that and sell the seeder and put the money towards paying off this one, buying this one, or buying something else that I need for the farm instead. Like, you know, power washer would be nice. I can hear a certain person watching these YouTube videos at home saying to me, you need to wash your equipment. So yeah, a power washer would be nice to have at the farm. I'm also, at the start of today's video, going to give a big shout out to new channel member and also my kick moderator, Mr. Barker, who has kindly, very kindly donated to me on Steam last night a £10 gift certificate so that I can buy Baldur's Gate free. I mean, he did have yeah, he does kind of have an ulterior motive behind that. It's not a, a completely no strings attached donation. there is a bit of a motive there for him, because he wants me to do a multiplayer playthrough of that game with him. Even though I'm not really a Dungeons and Dragons-y type person and don't really have any experience playing Dungeons and Dragons and all the rule book and all the things. I did last week on my Kick channel do a couple of streams of the demo version of Baldur's Gate 3. I did get a demo trial version to have a play on, and I did enjoy the game. For the most part, I did enjoy what I was playing. I did find it very difficult and very hard, because again, I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons role-play game type person, nor do I tend to play a lot of games with like turn-based and things like that, have like turn-based combat and things. The games that I've played very similar to that in the past, games like Fallout 2, Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic 2, games like that, they're all very different in the fact that, you know, yes, the combat's turn-based, but you have all your actions and abilities and skills and things available all the time. Whereas in this Baldur's Gate game, it seems like you have to be very strategic with your combat, because your certain spells and actions that your characters can do, you only have a limited number of. So until you go and rest and sleep and recover and recharge everything. So you can quickly, if you're not too careful, find yourself going into combat situations whereby you don't have any offensive tools. You've got no spells. You've got no attacks. You've got no healing capabilities. And ultimately, that is what happened to me. At the end of the demo, I completely got wiped. My whole squad got wiped in a fight because I just ran out of ways to attack the enemy, and there was a lot of enemies. But yeah, it's going to be interesting playing that as a multiplayer game, I tell you. Very interesting. So if anybody wants to watch me playing that, and watch me and Barker doing the multiplayer playthrough of Baldur's Gate, then definitely by all means head over to the Kick channel. Make sure you drop a follow, which is completely free. It doesn't cost you a penny to follow me on Kick. All it does is it means it makes sure you get to stay up to date and notified whenever I go live on the platform, so you don't miss a stream. And yeah, that's basically it. You will be able to watch all my streams that I do. There's also a good chance that I might do some of those streams over here on YouTube as well. However, those streams will be members only privilege. So if you're not a YouTube channel member currently and you are watching this, have a look at the YouTube channel membership options. There are currently 3 tiers available on the channel, all very cost friendly and cost effective, that will give you perks and rewards for being a channel member as a thank you to me for your support. So things like members only live streams and members only ability to chat in live streams are what some of the perks on some of the tiers, as is early access to videos on the channel, and also priority responses to comments. If you leave comments on my videos, ladies and gentlemen, you get to have a priority response. It means I do have to reply to you as one of the members' privileges. I mean, I pretty much try and respond to everybody if they are asking questions and stuff. Sometimes, obviously, comments, you know, people leave comments that don't really need a response, but, you know, I will try to say something in response to let you know that I appreciate the fact that you've watched the video and taken the time to type something and write something and leave me a comment on the video. You've left me a like as well. on the videos. It's all very exciting at the minute in this lovely content creation world that we live in, or I live in. There's so much going on at the minute with the Kick, over on the Kick streaming side of things. They've recently launched their creator incentive program, which they're currently testing with a handful of streamers to see how that works, and they're going to be looking to enroll, I think over the next 2 months, another 100 people into that program, test things out and see how it goes, with the option of obviously rolling it out across the whole site by the end of the year. And the great thing about the creator incentive program is it's going to reward every creator on the platform who has reached affiliate for the time that they spend streaming and producing content on the site. Which translates into, for those of you wondering, it basically means you get paid an hourly rate for streaming. Regardless of how many subscribers you have, or how many people gift subs or whatever on Kick, you will still receive a fee. You will still receive money for the time that the hours that you have spent streaming, up to, I believe it's a cap. It's capped at 100 hours. So if you stream 100 hours in a month, you will get up to 100 hours. You will get paid for each hour that you stream at a set rate, determined by Kit, obviously at the end of this beta trial period of the program. I have no idea what that hourly rate will be, or what other metrics and measures influence that. But you've got to admit, it is nice to know that when you hit that go live button on a platform, as a content creator, you are earning. You know, there are a lot of days, certainly for me at the moment, where I'm streaming, you know, I can be streaming up to 10 hours a day on the site. And unless somebody comes in and drops a sub, someone comes in and gifts a sub, you know, when I turn the stream off, I've not earned anything. I've not made anything. And it can be a very sort of disheartening and soul destroying when you've put a lot of effort into a day, a lot of work in, a lot of time in, and you've like, no. And you look back at it and you think, oh, maybe I would have been better off using that 10 hours to make YouTube videos, you know, which is often the thought that I have, I'll be honest. A lot of the time I find myself thinking, God, instead of streaming for 10 hours, I should have done YouTube videos, because at least I know I make money from the YouTube video. But like I say, this creator incentive program is going to level the field a little bit and make it so that guys like me, streaming content like this, Farm Sim, which is a bit of a niche game, it is a bit of a niche audience, doesn't get all the promotion and views that I wish it did, wish it could get, compared to obviously other genres of games and other titles of games. But yeah, it is going to be nice to know that as me see Watty as the #1 farming simulator content creator over on Kick, will get rewarded for every minute that I stream, every hour, up to 100 hours. So obviously I do need to look at my streaming schedule a little bit, because at the moment I'm doing about between 130 and 140 hours a month on Kick. And with the creator program as it stands at the moment, that's 30 or 40 hours that I wouldn't get paid for, because I'm doing too many hours. So I perhaps need to dial back a little bit. Or, you never know, Kick might decide down the road that you get paid for all your hours. There is no cap. But obviously they need to put some limits in place to stop people who are just like streaming, who are just basically turning on the live and then clearing off and buggering off. You know, people who like restream their streams, you know, their VODs and things, you know, trying to cheat the system a little bit, you know. There are people do that. There we go, we're getting through this. I mean, amazingly, not used tons of seed. We haven't, which is very nice. I'm almost tempted to let worker take over with this and go check back on the cultivator now. See how cultivating's getting on. That's an option as well that I have, obviously available. There we go. Cultivator has got on very well on this field so far. Or is seemingly getting on very well with this field. Let's go and have a look. So field 2, you can see we've seeded quite a bit of that nicely. Field 46 is up here. See, she's turning round. So yeah, we're doing okay progress-wise then. Activate things. You know what I'm going to do as well? I'm going to turn off harvesting contract because I don't want to see those at the minute. There's lots of fertilizing contract. Couple of ploughing contracts, although ploughing is a little bit of a sticky point again at the minute because I don't really have a good plough, do I? There's some more sowing contracts. Field 74 for wheat. Field 72 for oat. Field 51 for wheat. Depending on how much seed I've got left after doing this canola, some of them might be good options to do, especially those two, because they're going to be fairly close together. There is weeding available, but I do not have a weeder currently in my farm collection, and I'm not going to buy one just for doing contracts. So there's that cultivating job there for 11 grand on field 88. There's that one there for 12 grand currently on field 111. They're jobs that we might need to look at doing. But yes, we have got the cultivating going. I suppose, I mean, ploughing is okay, but what ploughs have I got available? We have these type, don't we? That's 4.4 meters. That's 4.8 meters. Yeah, the problem, I would love to upgrade to one of these plows. Definitely. I think we've looked at that before. The problem with that is I do not have the horsepower. That one's 2.5. That one's 2.5. Yeah, there's no real advantage for me switching that 2.5 meter plow for the Kubota. We just need to get ourselves a tractor with enough horsepower to be able to pull one of those. What have we got second hand for sale? Nice class 3000 there. That would be nice. That would be very nice. 190 grand. I could go visit the bank manager and say, look, can I have a loan, please? Can we get ourselves a proper big tractor? I mean, that's a 6.9 meter disc harrow. Would also be very nice. Spent 700. Now I've bought one of these recently on my Estancia series. But that's only the 150 horsepower version that's on sale. So if I'm buying a used vehicle and we're spending the money, our only option is to go for the class. Mr. Bank Manager, where are you? How much will you let me borrow if I'm not already hawked up to the eyeballs? I'm not. What will you let me borrow, Bank Manager? How much money can I have? He's going to let me have quite a lot. $890,000. Sounds spot on. Right, we can have this then. Yes, I want it with the GPS, please. I will not have it with the thingy-jiggies. Sensors. Right then, that now means plow-wise, we can get a plow. .2 meters would be massive improvement for me over what we've got. Is the one with a colour option? Yes, there is. We can just go for the lizard one, or we can go for the branded. I'll go for the branded one. It makes sense, doesn't it? Let's go for the brand. Right, that's a plough then purchased. Plough upgrade. Right. We'll save the rest of the money in case there's anything else I need to think about getting. A Sprinter van would be nice, wouldn't it? Right then, new machine. Right, that also means then, ladies and gents, we can go do another contract straight away. Ploughing, field 62. Find it on the map next. It's actually right down near our farm. So that is where we will head next. I also like the fact I've finally got a tractor With proper beacons, ladies and gents. With respectable beacons, so that when we're on the road, we can be safe, we can be seen. We can be safe, we can be seen. So if I head back to the farm, hopefully I can find a way into that field from my own bit of land. And we can do some lovely ploughing, where I don't have to keep rotating the plough and mucking about. Just be very careful. Trucks. But yeah, we've got a big powerful tractor as well. We can get some bigger equipment, like bigger cultivator is an option for us down the road, down the line. Now I think you just have to accept you've got to borrow the money, you've got to take the loan from the bank manager. We're just going to have to make sure we repay that, obviously, as early as we can, hence the need for the silage bales business, the mowing. And like I say, I do need to have a look whether I can do anything with that plot of grass here. Whether this allows me to cut. And I tell you what as well, for a machine that I've bought second hand, okay, for a machine I've bought second hand that's got 18 hours of use on it with the used vehicle mod, it's not terribly in need of repair. Most of the second hand equipment, when you get it, it's absolutely trashed. And you have to spend a couple of grand then repairing it. Right. Now I should be able to drive over here because we're first crop stage, so I'm not going to do crop destruction. Now I just have to figure out how do I get across the ditch. There is a lovely bridge. Right, field 2 formerly had potatoes on it, I'm going to guess. Right, we'll sort this out in a minute. The GPS system, because obviously this is going to be an offset machine. Let me just get a heading done. Check the settings. 5.5 meters, is that correct? I think it was 5.2, wasn't it? Helps if I look at my own equipment. Yeah, 5.2. So that's not actually auto-detected the correct size. So I need to change that. I'll actually make it a little bit smaller as well. But what we'll do, I'll do the headland first, as always. Get that bit done. And then I can go up and down and see how it fares. I'm pretty sure I can just turn around. I don't need to do the inversion of the offset, but I'm pretty sure, looking at that, it may be that it's not correctly detected the offset and I can afford to move it over a bit more. I think I used ploughs very similar to this when I was on the was it Maypole map? Whatever map, the last map I used in multiplayer server before Tranquil Waters. I think it was Maypole by oh, thank you. The name escapes me at the minute, mod author's name, and that's terrible. Because he's done several maps and I've played all of them, including the review and everything. What was his name? Oh, let me just get this, because this is going to be embarrassing if I forget the mod author's name. It is Cavalier Roy. That's it. Sorry, Cavalier Roy. I forgot your name for a second. I just completely blanked on it. But yeah, Cavalier Roy. Roy's map. I think I used ploughs like this before. And I believe, from what I learned on that map, is you can actually move the offset a little bit if you need to. Depending on obviously which tractor you're using and the size of the tractor. And that offset can change a little bit. Yeah, get a couple of contracts done today. That would be very nice. Ploughing, seeding, cultivating. And like I say, we just need to just keep doing that work now. We're just going to keep doing that rotation, that grind, if you like, for the next few months, because we're waiting for our own crops to harvest. We're waiting for our grass to grow again so we can remow it. But yeah, what a deal on this tractor. 42% discount for a second-hand tractor that's not actually in a terribly bad state of disrepair. In fact, it only needs a little bit of maintenance on it. So, I'm happy with that. So yeah, I've activated the GPS now, just because I'm doing this nice straight line here. And then we'll see how I go when I turn around. Right. Spin it round. And let's see if this lines up, or whether I have to move the offset. No, it's looking okay. But still, we can always make that a little bit bigger. That's overlapping way too much now, actually. So I think... you know what? I think I moved that the wrong way, haven't I? That's what I need to do. I need to make it positive. That was it. Yeah, half a metre. That looks better. So, yeah, playing around with the offsets. Half a metre to the positive, because we need to shift the tractor to the right, don't we? Because there's more of the plough to the left. So I don't know why when you auto width it and everything, why guidance steering gets that so badly wrong. Messes that up. There we go. It is what it is, ladies and gents. It also, sadly, has reached the point where we've reached the end of today's episode. I know you're all upset. And you're all disappointed that you've got to wait now till next week for the next amazing episode in this Court Farm series. But, ladies and gents, I assure you, I will be back next week with more content for you. We will obviously have these contracts completed, and then we'll be starting on some new contracts. It'll also most likely be October the 3rd when we come back. So... I hope you're looking forward to that as well. So for now from me, I'm going to say take care of yourselves, ladies and gents. Stay safe. Drink Wraith. And goodbye. Cheerio, everybody.